Hi, Melody. Thank you for joining me. Sorry I'm running a little bit late here tonight. How are you? Oops. Trying to see how this is going. I was getting things ready as best I can. It was a nice day here, but I took a walk with my daughter at lunchtime and then I had to mow the lawn. I got most of it done. Then I didn't start feeling too good, so I had to come in and rest for a little while. So I'm a little out of sorts again, but I had to mow when the weather lets me. Are you having a good week so far? Oh, that's good. That's good. I'm going to turn this light down just a tad. Oops, there, like that. Is that lighting okay? I mean, I know I don't have the best lighting, but you're the only one here tonight. Okay, good. All right. I guess everybody's busy. Summertime. Excuse me. I am thinking of changing these. Uh-oh, I lost my only one. Thinking of changing these to start around 3 or 3:30 Eastern on Tuesdays, just because I can't be out in the sun a lot and have to mow towards the evening, and this kind of disrupts that. And 2 nights in a row I have lives. So, and it seems like we're in a pattern where Tuesday and Wednesday lives are good. Hello, Maureen from Newfoundland. Hi, Nick. How are you? I'm probably going to jump into the cars pretty quick tonight. Yeah, so I'm thinking I'm going to move these lives to about 3 p.m. Eastern Daylight or Eastern Time, whatever it is, starting next week, so that I can be done by 5 or 5:30 and get outside to mow when it's cooler, because I can't handle the midday sun. Hey, Brandy, left-handed crafter. So, you probably all know the new catalog came out today. Yay! I posted that on my Facebook group. But also a new beginner brochure came out today for us demonstrators. And I just want to let you have a peek at that again, because if you're someone who's not comfortable making cards, especially, or if you're on a limited budget, this might be a good alternative. There's this kit in it, which I don't have. It's called Looking Up Card Kit, and it's got these backgrounds, and there's a stamp set and the beautiful color envelopes. And so here it shows the stamp set, and it looks like Bermuda Bay, which we're going to be using tonight for something else. And then this is showing quick and easy tags. This is for like the beginner who's just going to stamp and use a little bit of paper, that kind of thing. So it's using the Delightful Day stamp, which is actually a stamp set in the annual catalog that I do happen to have, because I got it with my pre-order. And it's got, it's easier if I just show it to you because it's bigger that way. This is the Delightful Day stamp set. It's meant to go with this new punch, and this is called the Delightful Tag Topper. And there is a scallop tag topper. The difference is this has a round hole here, and it's a little more elevated. The scallop tag topper is a little more flattened, and it has more of a oblong little ribbon hole. I'm good. I'm glad everybody's doing good. I'm doing okay too. So anyway, so that's the Delightful Day. And then they have a Magnolia Bloom stamp set. Now, what's in the annual is, I just buried it already. Well, hang on. Oh, shoot, I don't want to lose that. And there it goes. This is the one in the annual catalog. It's a double stamp set, and it's part of a larger suite. which has Magnolia memory dies. We're going to use that for one card towards the end of this tonight. And but if that intimidates you, Magnolia Blooms, which I have to show you on 2 pages, is a nice alternative. It's a little bit smaller stamp set. You still get a magnolia. You get a thank you, a congratulations, and a happy birthday, which aren't on the magnolia, the Good Morning Magnolia. So that to me is a benefit to have that. And that stamp set is photopolymer, and it's $14. So yeah, it's a beautiful flower. And so that might be an alternative for you as well, is the Magnolia Blooms stamp set. Now, there are Memories and More cards, which they show in here to go with that. And we are actually, hang on, sorry, everything's falling. We are actually going to use them tonight. However, they are low inventory last I checked already. So yeah, I had shown these in my unboxing, the Magnolia Lane Memories and More card pack. And they're beautiful. And we are going to use one of those tonight for our card. And we're also going to use these new, what are these called? Magnolia Lane Large Specialty Memories and More cards and envelopes in craft with foiling. So yeah, we're going to use those. And then there's also a quick and easy Celebrate with Cake stamp set. Again, 2-part. It's got a cake, a bird, mailbox. I'm not going to go over that all again because I did earlier today in a video. And then this adorable Hoot Hoot Hooray stamp set. I just think that's cool. The little owl and the cupcakes here that say happy birthday. And a cloud with the little hearts raining down, always here for you. And you made my day, just a simple little flower. These would be really cute on 3x3s, little note cards or something. In fact, they're showing them on little note cards here. So yeah, you can do all kinds of things and just use colored pencils to color them in, or markers, whatever you have. So that's the beginner brochure, and the stamp sets in here, with the exception of Delightful Day, are not available in the annual catalog. So if that's something that interests you, let me know and I'll help you find those items, whatever you want, on the website. Okay, let's just jump right in. We're going to make a couple simple cards with the Delightful Day. You know, Stampin' Up has this thing going on, #simple stamping. And I'm not real good about that because I tend to get carried away with lots of stuff. And I still, even in my simple stamping tonight that we're going to do, the first card is going to be using these new scalloped envelopes and note cards. This is what they look like. This is the new terracotta tile, which is coming across really bright orange there, but it is definitely like a clay pot color. Terracotta is a perfect name for it. And then this is some of the in color designer series paper. It's one of those, you know, the 6x6 that comes a couple sheets per color. This is for the in color 2019 to 21, and this is the terracotta tile as well. And I'm going to use the script, and I figured out what that word is. I thought it was and, but it's ink. So this says, well, let me find it again. Stamp. Oh, shoot. I just lost it. Nope. Okay. Inspire, create, share, ink, stamp, repeat. Inspire, create, share, ink, stamp, repeat. It is a beautiful color. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Kathleen. If I didn't say hi to you already. And if I missed anybody else, I do apologize. And thank you, whoever gave me the thumbs up. I do appreciate that too. Then we're going to use a piece of the new ribbon, which is the scalloped, what do they call it? Scalloped linen ribbon. This is in the terracotta tile with a linen background. And apparently you can take the colorful part off and use this as a skinny trim, but I'm not going to do that tonight. I'm just going to cut this to 5 inches, which is the size of the note card this way. This is going to be a very simple card. And we're going to stamp a sentiment out of it in terracotta tile. And then we're just going to put, there's little flowers in this stamp set too, here in the leaves for it. We're going to use those. So let's just get to it. Don't have to do a whole lot of work because I just pull out a handy dandy note card and fold it. And there we go. So let me cut this piece down, and I'm not using my the Stampin' Up trimmer. It's no longer in the catalog. And yeah, so we're going to cut this to 5 and then down to 2 inches. I believe that's right. Let me just verify myself because sometimes my brain, when I'm not feeling good, is not working right. I kind of overdid it today with the walking and the mowing the lawn. I don't know if you all heard it, but I took a nice walk with my daughter at lunchtime today. And then she had to go back to work and I had to come mow the lawn, and I did most of it. I still have the front to do, but it was, last time I did the whole yard in 2 hours, and this time it was whooping my butt. So what I did here is I just sort of figured out a placement. I didn't want to get too close to the scallop. I wanted to leave the scallops the way they were, but I wanted it to be down a little bit. So sort of centered, I guess. And then this we'll edge it. And then we're going to stamp and put our sentiment there. So let me snip this with my snippy doodles. Actually, you know what? I'll wait and glue that on and snip it at that point. Let me get my Tombow and my cute little new Tombow holder. Yeah, I'll be all right. I think I just, after I walked with my daughter, I hadn't eaten much, and I came home and had a salad, and I used some like Italian dressing on it, and I think that just didn't sit well with me. And water, and then I was out in the heat, and I think that's what did it. I don't do well in extended periods of heat. And it's a beautiful day here. It's only like 71 or 2, but the sun, you know, when you're mowing in the middle of the afternoon, the bright sun is something else. Anyway, for me, and but I've had skin cancer in the past, so I have to be really careful. And I don't know, maybe I had a touch of heat stroke or something. I came in. I got that off Etsy. If you go, there's a video I just put up a couple days ago, and it says combined haul, Etsy, blah, blah, blah. The link is below the video for this and also my glue gun holder. There's different stores on Etsy that have them, but I like turquoise, so that's why I wanted that one. And it wasn't very expensive, and shipping was pretty quick. They have them in all different colors and stuff. So that's where I got it. I got it off Etsy. I had seen people on when they were doing the on-stage videos, people were gifting them to other demonstrators. I'm like, oh, that is a cool thing. So I had to get one. It was only, you know, it wasn't that expensive is what I'm trying to say. Okay, now before I put the ribbon on, no, I think I'll put the ribbon on first. And I'm going to put that on with snail. You can use glue dots, but snail works fine. Let me get the envelope out of the way. And we're just going to go as straight as we can down that seam there. And then let's just put that on. So this would be really a pretty card for a beginner. You could do them in, you know, all the colors of the, well, the thing is, these note cards that I'm using, let's see, where are they? Dun, 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 here they are. Here's what they come in. They do have the terracotta tile, but then these other colors are, I think, old olive. I'm not sure if it says on here. Of course not. Petal pink, I think, or maybe it might be, I think they're just calling it pink. And then like balmy blue. So they're not all the in colors. And I don't have the other designer paper for the other color families yet. We couldn't order them until today, so I have them on order. But So right now I'm limited to the designer paper availability with the in colors. Okay, let me get my ribbon snips. Ribbon snips. You're welcome, Maureen. No, I have no idea about their shipping, you know, where they ship to, where they don't, that kind of thing. But, yeah. So, we're doing pretty good so far. I have a little glue here, I think, that I need to rub off because it's sticking to the, there we go. Okay, now before I do the sentiment, I'm going to stamp these little flowers tone on tone here. And I'm going to stamp them also on the envelope flap and on the front there. Let me get my terracotta tile. I need a bigger work surface. And I already have the little flower out. And I just did it full strength. Hopefully I have this up high enough to do it again. And on this particular one, the little flower bottoms sort of fit right in those scallops. Yeah, in the little loops. Okay, so let me get the envelope. And we'll do that. Just right down at the bottom. I love using little note cards and stuff, and I need a lot of little note cards. You know, I tend to use them. I have to find a place for my mouse because he's on my stamp chamois. Anyway. Ooh, 10 people watching. Wow. Yay. Okay, so now this is what we have. And now let me get a piece of Whisper White. And let me make sure that's going to fit. Let me say, yep. Okay, it should. And my sentiment. And my sentiment is just a little something for you. And here we go. Now this is sort of rounded, so you actually could use this with a circle punch, but I wanted it to be a little bit elongated. So I am going to be using the new story label punch that came out with the celebration. When you use these photopolymer, make sure you have some kind of mat underneath your stamps. It just helps give a better impression and clean them. The chamois works wonders. There is a new cleaner out that's supposedly works really good to get stains off your stamps, but I don't have it yet. So, and I didn't order it today. I have other stuff I wanted more. I will get that another time, maybe. And there we go. And so now all we have to do is bump that up on dimensionals and we're essentially done. Let me get my dimensionals. Cute little card. It's quick and easy. My dimensionals aren't cooperating today. And I probably overdo it. Some people just put 2. I put 4, you know, at least on something this size. Oh, I lost 4 people. Boo. I guess the card maybe was too easy. I don't know. Yep. Let's make sure we get it on right side up. And you know what? We might just do something just a tad little different. We'll check one of these in color faceted dots in terracotta tile and just put it on the thing here. So that'll take it up a notch a little bit. We have to get rid of these or they'll be all over the house. The little papers. The more sticky, the better. Well, yes and no. They're sticky to the point where they're not coming off the backing right. I think I might have got a bad batch on that one, or it's just hot up here, and yeah. So let's just use a couple of these. You know, I actually think I'm just going to use one. Just a little something bling there. I don't want to do 2, and then I'd have to find a place for the 3rd one, and I think it would be too much. So we're just going to use 1 on there. So there is our first card. Now on the inside of the other one, I had this little leftover strip like this. Oh, let's just go ahead and do that. That one I had a little bit smaller piece. This we can do a little bigger, but I don't want it to go down to past these scallops anyway. So I want to cut it off about here. Here. Mine from Dollar Tree. Oh, really? Oh, no. I've not had this problem before with Stampin' Up's dimensional, so I don't know. I'm thinking I know they had an issue with some of the paper pumpkin ones, but I wasn't aware of any of the regular ones, and maybe I just got a bad batch. I don't know. But unfortunately, I ordered like 3 or 4 packs that same day, so I'm going to use them. I am going to use them for sure. And I'm just using the Tombow again and putting this here on the side, making sure, hopefully, yes, it's above the scallop. Yeah, I know. Get what you're paying. Oh, you know, I probably shouldn't say this because this is a Stampin' Up thing, but I went in Joann's on my way home from somewhere yesterday. I didn't know they were stopping to carry like DCWV and stuff like that. They're doing all their own name brand. So there's our first card, ladies. Are they all, are all the stores doing that? Because I was looking for a particular thing and I wasn't there. I asked the lady at the register and she said, well, maybe the bigger stores have it still, but yeah, we tend to be, they're going towards their own brands now. So all these products I'm using should be available. Now the next one, I'm going to only show you part of it at first. We're going to make a tag because this is meant to be simple, right? Simple stamping. This is using the new Delightful tag topper, and it's using Delightful Day. And this is, you know, the one that's in the beginner brochure, like I said. Okay. Okay, that's good to know. Thank you, Melody. Yeah, the note cards are really pretty. So we're going to pull out this Wishing You a Happy Birthday, which is a really cute design. And we're going to switch and use Bermuda Bay. I love this color. Some people like the Coastal Cabana a lot, but I'm loving the Bermuda Bay. Maybe because I'd love to go to Bermuda, to the bay. Thank you. And there's more to that tag that you're going to see in a minute. Okay, so I already got paper, and these are, I cut them 4-inch by 2-inch, because 2-inch is the widest that goes into the, oops, sorry. Let me turn that back down. 2-inch is the widest that easily fits in these grooves. So you have like 1 inch, 1.5 inches, and 2-inch that can go into these type of toppers. And well, I'll show you what it looks. It looks like this at the top, up here. So we're gonna stamp on the white, and I cut it in Bermuda Bay and white, and it's like a 2-part tag. And I have my sentiment here. Let's just give it a try, see how we do. And I'm going to put the sentiment, if I stop inking myself up, down towards the bottom. Nope, I don't quite have coverage. There we go. A little bit down towards the bottom because I think this tag's a little bit shorter than the other one, and I want to stamp something above it. So there we go. Beautiful. Yeah, they redid their paper section, and they're moving to Park Lane, and they still have that what is that? Oh, Miss Sparkle and Company. They have that. Okay, now we're going to use Pear Pizzazz. I just stuck my fingers in there. Oh my gosh. Let me get a wet wipe because I'll have color all over. But we're going to use Pear Pizzazz and Daffodil Delight. Now, Pear Pizzazz is in the subtles, and Daffodil Delight is in the brights. But they all seem kind of bright to me. Anyway, and then I went in the beads section. I went in looking for one paper pad, and I thought, well, I'll look at the beads because they were 50% off. Oh my gosh, I'm so out of touch with the prices of beads now. I was shocked. I went into price shock. And I was like, what? Even at 50% off, I don't want to pay some of those prices. Anyway, I'm spoiled with online shopping, I think. Oh, well. Okay, so we're just going to put these they're like little leaves and petals right above there. And I'm not too worried about it being straight or off center or whatever. I would have preferred it a little bit more in the center. And then we have these little flowers, and we're going to stamp them in Daffodil Delight. Everything is going up for some odd... Yeah. Well, I thought maybe it had something to do with... Hi, Yvonne. Thank you for joining us. We're using the Delightful Day stamp set. We made one card using the new scallop note cards, and now we're making a tag, but it's going to be a tag with a twist. And you'll see why if you stick with me. Okay, now what I did, other than getting ink all over my hands, and there, is I brought out my, I didn't use my blends on this. I used my, Stampin' Up markers in Pear Pizzazz. And hopefully I'm pulling out the right one. No, the other side. Okay. Daffodil Delight. Yep. And just to color in these leaves. So there's no shading. This is not advanced coloring. This is coloring with a marker 101 kind of thing. And I'm using actually the finer tip, the writing tip. I could use it. And let me try the other end. Thanks, Yvonne. So yeah, I went into a little shell shock. I did end up buying a couple things at Joann's, but for specific projects. And I did get one of the Park Lane things just because I want to see the quality of it. It'll probably be sitting on my shelf now for ages. And then what I did is I colored in these little decorations here with the Daffodil Delight just to make them kind of pop. These are dye-based inks, and they will not go through your cardstock like the blends will. So on a tag, you can still write on the back if you want to, because there won't be bleeding there. Okay. And it's pretty quick and easy. Okay. You know what? I think I'm going to use... You're supposed to use this end for coloring, but it's a little big for these little areas, but I'm going to do it anyway because I think it'll give a little more color than the writing end is for coloring. I like using these Stampin' Up markers, by the way, because the writing end I do use to write in my cards to match the card. And then, like I said, you can use this end for simple coloring. You know, so you wouldn't necessarily want to use blends for this because there's not much area to blend. You could use your colored pencils, though. And we have 2 sets of colored pencils now. The one that was like a one-time only thing last year when they came out with blended seasons is now in the new catalog, so it did reappear. So there's that. And now let us find our tag topper thingy. Yeah, catch the best sale. Yeah. All right, so we just put it in. I'm putting it in all the way to the end, and I'm putting it in with the colored part up. And I do that because if I start to see coloring here, I know I have to pull it back a little bit, or I'll be cutting off my picture. So there's that, and then I'm just going to do the same with the Bermuda Bay piece. Maybe if I can get it into the topper. Does that look centered? Yeah. Okay. Okay. And you could save these little dots for confetti if you wanted to. Okay, let me close that up. Now, the next thing I did is I got out white. This is the basic white, Whisper White Baker's Twine. And then, I don't know if you can see, but I sort of colored the ends a little bit. Let me cut a piece of this off. I don't want it to be super long. Okay. Away from keyboard. Got it. I know it now. I didn't know that before. And we're going to go ahead and put this through the tag, maybe, if Deb can get it through. And pull it through here. Now I'm going to get out my blends. Let me get a piece of scrap. Oops, not that. Okay, that one will work. Okay, so very scrappy scrap. And I am going to get Bermuda Bay, dark and light, and also Pool Party dark. And I'm just going to start at the ends. Let me lay them out flat. And we're going to do sort of an ombre. It doesn't show real good ombre, but it's a little bit of color on the ends, right? You might want to cut these down just a little bit, actually, before I do that. There we go. Cut them down just a little bit because I see my other one is shorter. Let me use that as a judging because there's another part to this, which you'll see in a minute. So you can take it up another notch after this. And we're just going to use the blends to color the twine. You can do that with any of your ribbons too. Your white ribbons or very vanilla. And I flip it over and make sure I have it all around. And that's about it on that. And then we're going to get the lighter one. Just do a little bit there. Blend it up. And then the Pool Party dark. And I want to leave some white on there too, just at the end. And there you have it. Sort of, it's hard to see the ombre, but it's there. Just a little bit. So that's what we're doing with that. And then, now I'll show you what I did. Oh, well, now we need our bling first. And that is, sorry for my arm. The problem with having, I'm using these. These are the glitter enamel dots, I think they're called. And I'm just going to peel it off because, and I did use a big one. And we just put it over here. In fact, that actually works better that they're to the side a little bit. There we go. These are carried over from the other old annual and still available. So that is our tag. Now, we could just leave it as a tag for a present. But what I did, oops, is I stuck it on a card with a reusable square. So it can come off or it can stay on. And you can actually, you know, let me move it over a little bit. You can separate it, turn it like that. Isn't that a cute card? Thank you, Yvonne. So, and this is using a piece from the Bird Ballad Designer Series paper. because I was looking for something that had Bermuda Bay in it, and it does. So we're just going to glue that down, and that is cut at, let's see, this is 5.5. This is 5 1/4 by 4. Just a standard mat. You could use any of the papers and use other color papers behind it if you want, you know, like Pool Party or Daffodil Delight, or whatever any of the color coordinating colors are in the paper line. And then do your tag in those colors. But I thought it came out really pretty. The card is simple. You don't have to do anything other than glue down the paper. Now, Stampin' Up! Does not sell these squares. I actually buy them, well, I had been buying them at Target, but I think they actually just discontinued it because Target changed too. Yes, I love the Bird Ballad DSP. And it's a popular one. The suite is already, the whole suite is already on back order. That's not because of the DSP at this point or the stamps. It's more because of the embellishments and things. Some of the ribbons are already going on back order. So I just stuck that on the back. It peels off, and you have to make sure you get the ones that say reusable. I love those things. And I'm just going to split it out a little bit, put it on, and there's our card. So we have a tag we can take off and reuse on top of our pretty card. And I would just probably use a piece of Whisper White on the inside because this is a darker color. But I'm not going to bother doing that right now. So wasn't that fun? I like that one. I think it's pretty. I love that color. That's why. Beautiful. Makes me happy. As one of my uplines says, happy, happy. And yeah, you get the ombre effect on your twine. So that's card number 2. And those are the only ones I have planned. Now, I thought what I'd do is one more with the Delightful Day. But we're going to use just a plain... this is a plain Whisper White note card. And they come in a pack like this. Whisper White note cards and envelopes. Okay. And they're on page 168 of the new catalog, if anybody's interested. And we're just going to use our bone. These are nice heavyweight cards. And I thought what we do is maybe some background stamping. And maybe a little bit of like a circle punch with some designer paper, and then our sentiment on top of that, and some ribbon. Thank you, Nix. Thank you, Yvonne. Yay. Okay, so that was, it was simple, that other card, but it has a little twist and you can use it 2 ways. So let's see. We have this splattery looking stuff, and we have the little plants and flowers. I'm going to do a little stamping off with this. I don't want to do Treats Me with Love. I might do, again, just a little something for you. So let me put my birthday sentiment away. And this was made more for making tags and things. It's got a to from. It does say congrats to the happy couple on your new home, or welcome baby. Well, let's just make our own little background here. Let's see. What color would you like me to use? Any particular color, family, or color that you'd like to see? This will be your card. Purple. Okay. Would you like Gorgeous Grape or Highland Heather? Blue. We have purple and blue. How about a little of both? How about, ooh, I know what we can do. Highland Heather. Okay. We're going to use Highland Heather, Pear Pizzazz, and Balmy Blue. And Nick says pink. Oh, too late, Nick. But you know what? We're going to use pink in our last card with the Magnolia. We're going to use Petal Pink. And for some of that, I'm going to do a little watercoloring on here. Just a tiny little bit. Just to do a little background. I could use the paper. This is just one of the aqua painters. And this is the Balmy Blue ink. And this is not watercolor paper. So I don't want to get it real wet, but I think I just want to have a little, you know, a little background here to stamp these flowers on, like a little sky going on here. I'm actually going to do it over the whole card. Just a little color. That's all. That's it. I'm not putting any more on, and I better just wipe that off a little bit. There we go. That's that one. Yeah, I know. I wish. There's a crafty friend we have here, Catherine, who lives in the Virgin Islands. And I'm like, oh, I just want to come visit you. And she's on I think she's on St. Thomas, and that was when the only islands I've gotten to are St. Thomas and well, that's not true, but for vacation, the only islands I've gotten to are St. Thomas and St. John. And it was the best vacation I ever had. Yeah, and I should dry it real good. It's almost dry. I'm just waving it a little bit while we chit chat. So, and then we're just going to put a couple of these little flowers on. I don't know how this is going to turn out. We'll see. We're going to give it a go. All right, let's just put a couple little posies. I think we're just going to go all along the bottom here. And I'm not good at lining things up, but I'm doing okay on this one, I think. Oh, nah, I said that and I messed up the last one. Of course. It's okay. It's nature. You did a cruise to the Bahamas? Yeah, I have never been on a cruise. Crafty Kitty. Hi, Crafty Kitty. Did you change your name again? Or are you someone new? Anyway, that was Pear Pizzazz. I'm going to leave it out just in case. Let's bring in our Highland Heather. And we may use a combination of flowers here. We'll see. Just want to make sure I have good coverage. Now there's two little, I don't know if you can see them, there's like a stem here and a stem here. So all I'm going to do is try and get these two little flowers sort of close to those stems, but you don't have to be perfect. See, isn't that cute? And we're just going to go all the way across the bottom. Another thing you could do with this is you could move them up a little bit and like cut a decorative edge along the bottom. So this is called winging it, guys. We're winging this one. So there's that. Now we're going to have to put our sentiment in the sky. 2014. Lucky you. I was in St. Thomas and St. John 2001. It was sort of a my daughter's best friend from high school's mother was going. She had lost her husband not too long before that, and I had gotten divorced right before that. So we were on a start over kind of vacation. And it was the best, one of the best vacations I have had. Now I have to decide here what kind of ribbon I want to use and what kind of sentiment. I mean, I know the sentiment I want to use is just a little something for you. Is that what I said? Yeah. So we're going to put that about here somewhere, like right there, I think. And then, let's see, I'm thinking a bow or, let's see. How about this, no. Well, let's just use the white twine again, and we can color it if we want to. Now, let me get a piece of paper out, though, and maybe Highland Heather. I don't have out right here. One sec. Highland Heather. Well, I could use Balmy Blue. Maybe I'll get that out, too, and play around. Where's my Highland Heather? He's hiding from me. Here it is. Okay. Oh, well, we have scraps of both, so we can use either one. Oops. We have Highland Heather. And we have Balmy Blue. And I'm going to pull out 2 circle punches. And I think we're going to go with the Highland Heather. Okay. So I'm just going to cut out a 2 1/4 inch circle in Highland Heather. Punch out, I mean. And then we're going to stamp our sentiment on Whisper White. And we will use Highland Heather to do that. Yes, I would love to do one of those crafting cruises. I don't know how I'll be. I've had a bad experience on a ferry, but then the ferry from St. Thomas to St. John, I was fine. So I don't know. But the Cape May Lewis ferry up here, it was rocky waters and it was awful. It was awful. I did not do well in that. But I think they're sort of flat bottom, so that might make a difference. I don't know. Okay, now we're just going to use the Starburst punch, which is about 2 1/8 inch. I don't think it says in the catalog. Just going to pop that out. Let's see how that looks up here. Right up here. I think we do need a little something over here and some little gemstones or sequins or something. What do you think? I don't have any Highland Heather ribbon, unfortunately. But I can color the white twine with some Highland Heather. Let's do that. And I'll tie a bow. Let's just get our scrap again. Get a different scrap this time. Let's see. Highland Heather, yes. So we're just coloring up our twine tonight. And these are the Stampin' Blends. I'm using the dark Highland Heather, and I'm not going to variegate it or ombre or whatever this time. I just want to make a little bow. We'll see if that's enough. We'll have to get that going. You didn't get sick, and you... Oh, okay. Well, good. As long as we don't go in hurricane season. All right, let me glue just a little something for you onto the circle. And I really should have dried that with the heat gun because it is a little bit warped. Not bad. And then we're going to put that on with dimensionals, of course. Got to use our dimensionals. Oop, maybe. There we go. And I'm probably going to use 5 on this one because I want one in the middle. I don't want it to collapse on me. All right. It's not too warm out, so my AC is not kicking on, and I only have one AC vent up here anyway. It is roasting up here right now. I do have a window open, but it's really not helping too much. I think I probably should have done this before I put that down, but I might put one of those little flowers up here too. I don't know. Maybe I'll just put a gem. Still thinking on that one. Let me get my snips and snip this off. I don't know if that's going to be long enough. Let's try and tie the bow first. Okay, Deb. See if we can tie it tonight. I just want a little bow. Oh, that's going to be cute. Cute, cute, cute. All right. Yep, long enough. Oh, I could have stamped a butterfly on there. That would be cute. But maybe not tonight. All right, I'm just going to get a glue dot as soon as I find those. I think I have a sheet of them in here that started. I kind of moved my dimensionals to a drawer right in front of me because I was always reaching behind me for them, but now I'm reaching across the screen all the time. You lived in Florida for 8 years and definitely do not miss her. Oh, yeah. My, how do I call her? My ex-stepdaughter, we still stay in touch, though, is in Florida. She loves it there, but I'd be terrified every time a hurricane. I was terrified last week. We had tornado watches up here, warnings. And one night, my cat and I were sitting in the only place in my house that doesn't have any windows with all the doors around it closed for about 40 minutes. And she did so good. She was such a cutie pie. Anyway, we were safe. Nothing happened. Well, somewhere it did touch down, but not too far from here. But and there's a lot of tree damage in a couple places. But anyway, so that's turning out pretty cute, right? I have an envelope to go with it. You were driving. It was insane scary. Ooh, flash warning until, oh my gosh. We had that 3 days in a row last week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And then again, I think it was Saturday night, Friday night or Saturday night. We had a storm too, but it wasn't, they said severe thunderstorm, but it was not tornado warnings or anything. All right, I need to find a little something for here. So let me pull out my drawer of colorful bling. This is my drawer of colorful bling. Thinking a sequin from the Gingham Gala, which did carry over the adhesive back sequins. And I even think they might have Highland Heather, maybe. Maybe not. Thought it did, but maybe not. No, these aren't the right ones. That's why. Ugh. Oops. Sorry. These are not the right ones. I must have them out somewhere. That would be too... No, that'll work. We'll use these. We'll use these glitter dot things again in Gorgeous Grape, but it's okay. It's all good. And I think we will put like a medium-sized one here. And maybe a little one. And this is your... my take your pick tool here. And maybe one right in here. Medium-sized one right in here. Oops. Okay, so that is the card. What do you think? Not bad for an impromptu little card, right? Hi, Clay. That's all right. I'll show you the other cards in a minute. We're going to stamp a little on the envelope here. Just this little, the same design. And maybe we'll do it across the bottom like we did on the card with Pear Pizzazz and Highland Heather. Let's see if I can get it pretty good. Oh, they overlap. Deb's eyes aren't as good as they used to be. Let me move it over a little. There we go. And one more going off the page right there. Okay, let me clean that. Let me put this punch away. And my little flowers we'll do in Highland Heather. Hi, Unique Crafts by Michelle. Thank you. JWB, for those that don't know, he's Clay. And who else is on? Crafty Kitty, I think you're Jen, right? I haven't seen you for a while. Okay, so there is that. And for those that don't know, the new annual catalog went live today, as well as a beginner brochure. Oops, that one got a little faded. Let me try that again. in a second. I'll just go off the page a little bit there. How cute is that? Let me try and fix that guy. Which, I don't know, whenever I try and fix something, I kind of mess it up. Yeah, I'm not going to do it. Didn't work. But never fail, because I have, never fear, I have a Highland Heather, what is this called? Stampin' Right marker. And I just need to darken this a little bit. Right here. Ta-da! All better. Even nature can be fake. Yeah, I know. But, you know, I'm a little funny that way. So there's our envelope. There's our cute little note card we just did. And I'll bring in the other couple cards. And then we'll switch to Magnolia for one card. So this is our little note card we did. We just took a little balmy blue with our aqua painter and did a little background. Stamped our pear pizzazz with the little leaves from the Delightful Day stamp kit is what we're using. It's photopolymer. Here's that, what we used. And then we just used Highland Heather for the little flowers. Piece of Highland Heather cut out in a 2 1/4 inch circle. Stamped on a 2 1/8 starburst punch. And we used our Stampin' Blend in dark Highland Heather to color the white baker's twine, the basic white. You can color it any color you want to with Stampin' Blend's alcohol markers. And then these are from these glitter enamel dots, which did carry over, and that's actually Gorgeous Grape. Okay, and then we just did the envelope. How cute! Like the envelope. So the last card we did, we actually made a tag that is removable. I used a reusable square that's not Stampin' Up product. And this is a piece of paper from the Bird Ballad Suite. It's beautiful. Bird Ballad Designer Series paper because it has Bermuda Bay in it. And this is Bermuda Bay. But the tag is actually the sentiment on the card. We did our little ombre with our twine here with dark and light Bermuda Bay and dark Pool Party. And then we used one of the Coastal Cabana glitter enamel dots. And this was done in Bermuda Bay, Pear Pizzazz, and Daffodil Delight. So there's that one. And the first one we started with it was meant to be a simple stamping. It used the new scalloped note cards and envelopes in terracotta tile. And it looks like this. This is a piece of the Designer Series paper, which says stamp. Oh, I'm going to get this wrong again. Inspire, create, share, ink, stamp, repeat. I always thought that word said and, share and stamp, repeat. No, it's ink. Inspire, create, share, ink, stamp, repeat. And we did use a little, on the second one here, we used a little faceted dot from the In Colors, the new In Colors in terracotta tile. And we just did tone on tone stamping here and on the envelope back flap and down at the bottom. And this is a piece of the new ribbon. It's the scalloped linen trim ribbon. And on the inside, we just used a scrap of the same paper from here. So cute little note card. I wish they had all the In Colors in those. I would be making lots of those. And that says just a little something for you. So we have done 3 cards. Now, let me just clean up a little bit and we'll move to Magnolia. Thank you, Michelle. Hey, Tina. Thanks for coming over. Thank you. Thank you. So, the catalog's live. Thank you, Paige. Oh, Paige, you're here. Thank you. We're going to try and do one from the Magnolia set as well. I don't have it. I mean, I sort of have it planned, but I haven't made it yet. And we're going to do a little tiny bit of heat embossing, I think. Let me just straighten up a little bit here because I need room. I need room. Da, 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 da. How's that go? That's not how it goes, but you know. Okay. Let me put this over here and bring our Magnolia. Magnolia. And we're going to use the Magnolia and More craft note cards. Or cards, I guess. They're really full size. The large cards. We're going to stamp on Whisper White. And we're going to cut out. So we're using the Good Morning Magnolia set. And we're going to do this baby and hope that I can do it justice, because I don't know. I have not used it yet. Hey, Elemental Designs, Carmen. Thank you for coming over. Hi, have at it. I hope I didn't miss anybody else. If I did, hello. And then we're also going to use Thinking of You and The Journey of Life is Best Shared with a Friend. We'll get through this together. So let us first stamp it. Oh, and I don't have the Magnolia Designer Series paper. Let me tuck this in here. Let me pull it out. I do have the envelope flap just stuck in there, but look, one of these Memories and More cards. These are made to go with these cards. So this is going to cover up the silvery champagne, but it's going to go on here like this. And then we're going to die cut this and color it. And we're going to, maybe I should do it in watercolor paper. Great today. The sound is great today. You know what? I discovered something with my sound. If I take, and I'm not going to do it because it'll happen again. On that video or that live, I popped open and popped close one of these little containers. I did that the other day when I was just doing a video, and it did the same thing. And when I snapped it closed again, it reverted back to regular sound. So it's something about loud noise, like loud popping noise right near the video camera or something, that made it do that screeching. That was awful. I do apologize for that last week. That was just bad. Okay, so I need my white paper. I'll just use this one actually. And I think I'm going to use Versamark, because we are going to emboss it with silver embossing folder this time. I don't know why, I just feel like using silver. So we shall see how this works. I don't know. I picked silver because the envelopes and stuff have like a silver, but you're really not gonna see. Well, the envelope you might see it on, but oh, duh. You have to stamp it first, Deb. It is a really big stamp. Yes, it is. I hope it fits on this card. And these cards are really big. And I just dropped something, but I don't know what I dropped. Anyway, I'll find it later. Okay, pull it up. We'll see if it works, right? I'm going to open this over. I have a coffee filter here I'm going to use, because I don't have all these containers. And you know what I forgot to do again? Oh my gosh, I'm so bad about it. I even got it out and have it right next to me. I forgot to use my embossing buddy. So we're going to hope this works good. And I'm going to take, I have a little dry brush over here somewhere. I'm going to try and brush some of this extra off here. I think that'll work. Okay, good, good. And let me put the lid on that, and I'll set that aside for now. Somewhere, not on my desk. Okay, guys, I'm going to put the heat embossing thing on. I'm going to come back away from the screen because I don't want it to make it go screechy. Yeah, embossing. I'm not the best at it, so we'll see. I do like to heat it up first, and then go underneath. I'm going underneath I'm heating the paper there first and then on top when it's warm. Oh, it's already starting to change. Woohoo. Sorry for the noise. Isn't that beautiful? Okay. Nope, nope, a little more there. Let's see, did I get it all? I think so. Okay, guys, it's done. It is done. We're just going to let that cool for a minute. Who is Joe? Joy. Here at it. Hi, Joy. Who am I missing, guys? I see a hi, Joy. Have at it. Oh, you're Joy. Crafty Kitty is Joy. Oh, okay. Hi, Joy. Sorry. I thought you might have been Jen, but you're Joy. Okay. And while that's cooling just a little bit, I'm going to wipe my stamp off here a little bit because you don't want that Versamark drying on your stamp. No, you don't. It's actually even a good idea to rinse them off just under water later. But I'll get most of it off right now. Okay. Let me set that aside somewhere because it's a big stamp. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and color it or do the best we can. And this is not my strength, guys. Coloring is not my strength. So I think we're going to use Petal Pink in the flower and Mossy Meadow for the leaves and hope we can get it done a little bit. So I'm going to try and squish my Petal Pink. There we go. Get out my water, and I should have used watercolor paper, but well. And I'm just going to, I don't know. Let me see. How should I do this? I'm going to go just lightly accents. Oh, this is too much water. Wipe it off. Too much water. There is a bird out here chirping. Can you hear that bird? He is really chirping away. Well, Carmen, I don't have your skills, hun, but I'm trying. So bear with me because we're just giving it a little color here. No clue what I'm doing. Just giving it a little color here. Well, I don't want to color the whole thing because magnolias are kind of white, right? White and pink. Yeah, that bird is just being noisy. You picked a good night, right, Carmen, to come over? See Deb mess up coloring? It's okay. It's all good. Let's see, where else? Oh, over here. Over here. The leaves, I'll give a little more color. I'm going to spread that out a little bit. I don't think I want to do too much more with that flower. Maybe a little more in here, closer to the center. Okay, let's go to the leaves. Aw, thanks, Carmen. You're sweet. Trying is everything. Yep, I'm trying. Won't get better at it if I don't try, right? This is Mossy Meadow. Ooh, that's dark. So we're going to wipe that off a little bit. And I think we're just going to do the whole leaves. And then we'll go back in and add some shading maybe. We'll see. We'll see how it works. So Carmen, did you see Donna's not on here, is she? I feel so bad for Donna right now. She's going through a tough time. Craft some more, Donna Jackson. You guys could show her some support. I'd really appreciate it because she is having some tough times right now. And I try to help her when I can, but there's our Virgin Islands, Catherine. Hello. We were talking about you earlier and the fact that we all want to go on a cruise and come visit. Yeah, metallic against the watercolor is beautiful. It just makes it kind of pop. So it kind of hides the fact that Deb is not an artist, but we're just having fun. Need a little more color on that one. And I didn't even use watercolor paper. And I forgot to use my embossing buddy. So don't do what I do. Do what I say. Use your embossing buddy. We got lucky. It worked out. That one needs a little more color, I think. Okay. Yeah, I would love to visit too. Who said, Deb? Yes, you are. What? I missed something. Of course. All right. Oh, we have a branch. We'll have to do that too. I don't want it just to be silver branch. Uh-oh. I went out of the lines. I'm not going to worry about it because we're going to be die cutting it too. With the new dies, there's a big die that goes with this. Maybe it's what fell on the floor. I hope not. But if I'll find it. I should go that way. Oh, I'm a crafter. I do love color, and I do have an eye for color combinations and stuff usually, but I can't draw worth a darn. So like, you know how you do faces and stuff? I'm not even going to attempt that. Wasn't good at that in high school, which is the last time I had any art classes really other than jewelry. Wouldn't even go there. But I do like stamping and coloring and this kind of stuff. It's fun. Up my alley. All right, let me find an espresso, maybe soft suede. Yeah, just a little bit. So you just squeeze these. Aw, you're sweet. Carmen's a sweetheart. Check out everybody's channels, guys. Support each other in this lovely YouTube craft community that I'm so addicted to. You guys are my extended family, you know? Oops, I got another little boo-boo. Oh, well. I am not going to fret. This is not about fretting tonight. This is about fun. Creativity and fun. Okay, that was soft suede. And now, let me just wave it a little bit to dry. Thank you, Paige. And here's our humongous die. Now, these are the new dies. And the old ones, you supposedly had to leave, yeah, you did. You had to leave like white space around them. But these, you're supposed to line up right on the edge, and you'll end up with a little bit of white space. Now, what I do, so that when I stick it in my machine, it doesn't move, is I use sticky notes. Let me make sure that's on there good. Because I have found the purple tape sometimes rips my paper. And the sticky notes don't. Do you prefer using inks to color with over Stampin' Blends? No, I don't. I just wanted to do a little watercolor tonight. but I do love my Stampin' blends. They make it easy if you do multi-tone. And also for a big area like this big flower, I think I do prefer, I'm just running it through the machine. Sorry, guys. I think for a larger area like that, yes, I like the water with the inks. But for smaller areas and, you know, things that aren't quite so big like this, I love using my blends. All the time, actually, I use them. And I did also use the Stampin' Up markers, which are dye-based markers, a little bit earlier tonight. Let me put this back away. There's our flower. So pretty. Here's our craft. And see, it does, even though you put that dye right up to the edge, it does leave a little white border around. It's a little different than the previous Sizzix dyes. So I think it's pretty. And I think we're just going to, these are the, oh boy, what are they called? Magnolia Lane Large Specialty Memories and More Cards and Envelopes. They go with these Memories and More, Magnolia Lane Memories and More card pack. Now these, I think, are either low inventory or already on back order after one day. I showed them in my haul, my Stampin' Up! Pre-order haul. The beautiful images, and I didn't get the Magnolia Lane Designer Series paper, but there is such a thing. It's in the catalog, and these actually even have some vellum in here. There's all kinds of things. They're beautiful, and there's smaller ones too, like these. You know, You Are Loved, and they're nice for journaling cards or notebooks. This is one of the designs, I think, in the main paper that they have. There's probably some other ones in here too. And then one of them in here was a design that's in another collection called Verdant Green or something like that. Verdant Lane. I did not order that one either because it's a lot of green, and I'm not a, I like green, but I don't like it overwhelming my projects usually. So there's all kinds of Memories and More cards in here. So I got them because I thought they were pretty, and they have some of the same things as the paper. So this is one of them. This is one of the larger ones. That's the other side. Oh, this is the one that looks like the Verdant Lane paper. Yeah, this background. Now we could do that, but we're going to be covering it up. I think I want the other side like I had it because it matches the envelope liner a little better. We're going to bump this up on dimensionals. We just have to figure out. I think I want to bring in some petal pink. Whoops, sorry. I'm throwing my sentiments around. This is for the inside. I want the Thinking of You, I guess, maybe to be down here. Let me see what I have. We have, this is already on back order too, but you can get some of it if you order one of my product shares. Go watch my video. Thank you, Rebecca. Hi, Dino256. Thank you, Next. Thank you, Tina. Let's see how we want to do this. We could wrap that around and then put our sentiment kind of right here with what? What's this? It's a Thinking of You. Let me see if that would fit with a 1 3/8 inch. No, that's going to be too small. Let me look at my other punches. I'm thinking maybe the Pretty Label punch is what we'll use. I think that will work. And we'll put that here. I think we'll wrap the ribbon around first. I feel like I need something else coming out of the back of the stamp there. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe we'll just do the ribbon and have the sentiment go across there. What do you think, guys? And gals. Well, let's wrap the ribbon around first and then we'll figure it out. Okay. I'm just going to use a, what am I going to use? Snail. I'm going to use my snail to tack it down. This ribbon is the, what is it called? Organdy striped ribbon. So be sure to check out my product shares and paper shares. Oops. That I did in a video, I think over the weekend. I will link it in the bottom below. I can't find my snips. Here they are. They're hiding from me. And I want to make sure I'm getting this straight across here. Hi, Linda. Turn paper over. I don't know what you mean. So that is that. Oh, you mean on this side? No, I think that's too busy. I like it better this way. Sorry. I will put this up on dimensionals. But let's glue this down first. And this is just one of the Memories and More cards. The larger size. So I thought I could use those. And I have another idea for using them too, but not tonight. Not tonight. I have a really busy week this week. I'm actually going to get my hair cut and colored and styled, and I'm terrified. Going on Thursday because my hair is really long and it's been really long for a really long time. Yeah, I'm kind of terrified. I'm gonna not put that down just yet. Let me bring in another piece of white that I had here somewhere. This will do. And my Thinking of You. And let's see, I think we'll, what should we stamp that in? Oh, maybe we should emboss that too with silver. I think I like that idea, actually. Get my Versamark out. It's upside down. Wait, do my embossing buddy. I remember this time. Yay. Yay, me. Okay. Oh, I probably just botched that. Yep. All right, flipping it over. Sorry. I dropped it on it. Always two sides to the paper, right? Okay. I'm going to get my embossing powder. If I clean my stamp off a little bit. Okay. And here we go. Oh, yes, the embossing buddy made that stuff come off much better. And I will put that all back in the pot later on. And let's just turn on the heat gun again. Hold your ears, guys. And I'm not worried about it being crooked because I'm going to use a punch. Magic. Magic. So much fun to watch that transformation, isn't it? All right, we're going to use the Pretty Label punch. Let me make sure that's cool first. Now, I think I'm going to do one more thing to that. I think I'm going to take my Petal Pink Stampin' Up marker and just go around the edges of it. I have one little streak there, but it's okay. because I don't feel like putting another piece of paper behind it, and this will just give it a little edge of color, like a little extra dimension, even though we're going to put it on dimensionals, but it's okay. Just give it a little extra oomph. And these are the Stampin' Right markers. They come in a whole set with all the colors of Stampin' Up, except for the in colors you have to buy separately in a five packs. Yeah, hi Lil. Thanks for coming by. Hi Linda. Oh, yeah, I already said hi to you. Sorry. Okay, so now let's get our dimensionals. I might have to get another bunch of them out and put our flower down. We're going to put it on dimensionals. And it did bleed through because it was watercoloring, right? And it wasn't watercolor paper. That's okay. This is a winging it card. This was in my head, but not really planned. So, and I use a bunch of dimensionals, including the edges usually. And maybe two more. I think that should do. Yeah. I'm thinking, I said early in the live, I'm thinking of changing my time to about 3 on Tuesdays. How does that work for everybody? I don't know what people's schedules are, only because we're getting into summertime now and I have to mow lawn. It seems like Tuesdays and or Wednesdays are the days I have to mow. This is a little bit crooked. So we're going to do it like about here. Oops. I'm wearing dimensional things. And then we're going to pop this up on dimensionals right about there. So let's just put them on too. Thank you all for joining me. Makes it so much more fun when I have people to talk to than crafting to myself. I'm not going to use that edge piece yet. These are really sticky. 2 came off. I'll put this one back. Okay. Now, if I had, I could, oh, I know what I could do. No, maybe not. Okay. Don't put it on upside down, Deb. That would be bad. We're going to put that right here. And I think, other than the inside, that is our card. Not bad, right? Pretty easy. The timing is fine for you. Thank you, Catherine. Thank you, Carmen. Now, the inside is just craft, so I think I'm going to just put Whisper White. Let me get a piece here. Whisper White. And I have to cut it down. And I'm going to stamp on it, but let me cut it down first. So these are bigger cards than the A2. So these Memories and More ones are 6 1/4 by 4 1/4. So I'm going to make it 4 by 6 on the white. Let me just do that real quick. Do 6 first. Sorry, I'm doing it off camera. My trimmer is on my lap actually right now. I keep it on top of a little drawer unit under my desk here. And yeah, that'll work. Okay, now I have this sentiment. The journey of life is best shared with a friend. We'll get through this together. Do you think I should use Petal Pink or Mousy Meadow? Let me know. Thank you, Paige. Thank you, Linda. I'm thinking Mossy Meadow, actually, because I think the petal pink might be too low. I mean, too light. Yeah, me too. Meadow it is. Mossy Meadow. I'm going to put it up to the top. Now, oh, what I could do, hang on. Deb's brain is going again. There's another little flower in here. Before I put that sentiment on, let me get this flower out. I'm not going to bother putting this sticky thing on yet, but I need a block, however. Here we go. We'll use this one. I'm going to stamp it off and make a real light image. And it's a light color anyway, but I don't know. I only want to stamp off once. Yeah, real faint image there. I'll have to clean that later. Now let's bring in our sentiment in Mossy Meadow. And see if I have to stand up, or I will get this crooked. I might anyway, but right over that. It's a little crooked, but it's gonna do. Shoot, I was trying. Oh, in the bottom right corner for the flower, I can put another one there. Maybe that would draw the eye down so that actually I might not stamp that one off. I just won't press real hard. That's pretty. That's pretty. I'm just upset that that got... I can flip it over and do it again. Let's do it. No, it shows through. Nah, drat. Anyway, I might redo that. I'm not happy with how crooked that is. What do you think? Should I redo that? Probably my friend that's going to get this won't care. I'm not going to redo it. I will use snail to put this in. Leave it be, yeah. Yeah. If it was going to my mother, I'd redo it because she'd notice something like that probably. Maybe not so much anymore, but in her day she would have. All right. Or my up line. I wouldn't dare send her that crooked like that. Move it over, Deb. Move it over. I don't have it centered right. Okay. I think we need just a little something on this. Gotta have bling. Girls gotta have bling. So we have petal pink and a sequin, but I'm not feeling sequins. Oh, maybe not. I'm not happy with that ribbon either. Don't have too much in petal pink other than sequins or one of these, but I'm not feeling that either. I think we're going to use one of these adhesive back sequins in petal pink, which are right here. And here's my take your pick tool. And I think maybe there. Maybe we'll put a couple on. Maybe there. And maybe one down here. Yeah, right there. How's that? Ta-da! That is our final card for the night. Now, I have to put this in. Would you just leave them in there loose, or would you glue them? I've never used envelope liners before, quite honestly. but they came with it, so, and they sort of match the paper that I used in the background. I think I'm just going to use a little wet glue on it. Maybe actually it would be better with just glue dots, but I'll just put a couple dots of glue around the edges. See how that works. There we go. And there is our card. Ta-da! So let me clean this mess up just a little bit. And I have to get another drawer for some of these sticky things. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm wiggling the lamp. Okay. Clean up or I'll never get through. Find anything again. And I do have to clean my stamps real quick. So we did 4 cards, a couple little note cards, and then this beautiful magnolia. Thank you, Carmen. Only glue the top. Color Me Inspired. Yay! That is good. If you would like anything from Stampin' Up, any of the products that I used, they are now available. These note cards, any of the inks, the papers that we used earlier, which I'll bring out in a second. Okay, let's bring out all the cards. And if you order through me in June, this is the host code you want to use for orders under 150. It is V4MQRC7X. Also, don't forget I have paper and product shares still available. You have to email me if you're interested, and I will bill you through PayPal for those, because it's like I'm sharing some of the papers and trims and things for some of the lines. And I did a video on that over the weekend, which I'll link down below as well. So this is the first one we did using the new note cards and in terracotta tile. These are the scalloped note cards that look like that. And we use the Delightful Day stamp set for this, which looks like this. It's a photopolymer stamp set. And it goes with the Delightful Tag topper, which we used on the second card. On this one, we used the Pretty Label Punch to do this, and we stamped in terracotta tile, used the new ribbon, and stamped the little flowers on the envelope. There we go. And put a piece of the Designer Series paper on the inside, making sure it didn't show at the bottom. And then on the one we did tonight, we put one little of the new faceted in color 2019-21 faceted dots in terracotta tile. Just one, give it a little pop. The second one, we actually made a tag, and the tag is removable. I have a reusable Scotch dot on there. This is in Bermuda Bay. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you, Carmen. Stamped in Beautiful Bay, the Wishing You a Delightful Birthday. Stamped in Pear Pizzazz and Daffodil Delight, and then used our Stampin' Right marker and Daffodil Delight to color these little things in here in the Daffodil Delight. And this is one of the glitter enamel dots in actually Coastal Cabana. And this is paper from the Bird Ballad Suite Designer Series paper. And I did not do the inside on that yet. I'm just going to put a piece of Whisper White in there. So that is the second one we did. Meant to be simple stamping for the tag. Oh, and then we used our Stampin' Blends in Dark Bermuda Bay, Light Bermuda Bay, and Dark Pool Party to just do sort of an ombre effect with the white baker's twine that's available by Stampin' Up. And then this one was sort of a winging it project. I pulled out one of the regular little Whisper White note cards and envelopes. Took our watercolor brush and used a little balmy blue ink and just made a little sky background. This is not watercolor, so it is bendy a little bit. Again, stamped in pear pizzazz, but also in Highland Heather. Cut a circle out with the 2 1/4 inch circle punch. Cut a starburst punch out after we stamped just a little something for you from the delightful day in Highland Heather. And then these are actually gorgeous grape out of those glitter enamel dots. And we again colored our Whisper White Twine with Highland Heather. And that's that card. And then we actually also did the envelope the same way, except for not the blue. So really cute. So those are our 4 cards for tonight. I had a lot of fun. I hope you did. I do have rewards if you order with me. One second. I'm kind of discombobulated here tonight. Okay, here we go. So if you order with me, any order $25 and up, you get a card from me. Handmade card that you can use. I don't write in them. Thank you, Tina. Thank you, Clay. $50 and up, you get 2 cards, and you're going to get a yard of retiring or retired now, because today's the 4th, ribbon of my choosing. It might be 2 different ones or 2 yards of the same. 100 and up, you'll get 3 cards and 2 yards of ribbon, plus some retiring 6x6 designer papers. You know, like from the color families, neutrals, subtles, regals, or whatever, but last year's version of it. And then 150 and up, you're going to get 3 yards of ribbon, some more retiring 6x6 papers, and of course 3 cards as well. And also for the month of June, you will be entered into a drawing to get a pack of embellishments if you comment below the video once it's done uploading. If you share the video and put the link where you shared it, you'll be in a drawing for an unopened spool of ribbon. And I will have a pack of embellishments this time. I was low on, but I have something I can put in that. And if you purchase from me, any purchase $50 or more, I'm going to put you in a drawing for a designer series paper 12x12 unopened pack of paper. It will probably be the butterfly one from the Celebration. So just so you know, and probably you would also get some embellishments and a 6x6, some 6x6 paper as well, you know. So great rewards for June. I would love to be your demonstrator if you don't already have one. Thank you all for the thumbs ups. That's awesome. I so appreciate that. And next week, I'm going to change the time to 3 p.m. and probably going to go at 3 from now on Eastern time, because summer's coming and I need to be able to mow the lawn in the 6 to 7 time frame instead of afternoon time frame. Okay, I so appreciate it. My host code will be below the video. My link to my web store will be below the video. That was a lot of fun. I enjoyed that because this one was sort of, didn't know how that was going to come out, and I think it came out beautiful. So yeah, thank you so much for joining me, everybody. I hope you have a great night. Oh, tomorrow night, live on my channel, 7 p.m. with Kathy and Tina, and hopefully Andrea too. And we're going to be altering something. So tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Okay. See you soon. Thank you so much again. Hugs, love, and peace. And let me just type in here. Oh, thank you, Paige. You are too. Good night, everybody.